to another episode. The NBA had their annual traditional Christmas Day super schedule. It's become an annual tradition for the NBA. It unofficially starts the NBA season. I mean, although the season does start late November, late October, early November. This is when really Christmas Day is like you mark it on your calendar when the NBA really starts to take steam as the NFL regular season winds down. The shift goes more to the NBA, and they always usually provide a marquee matchup every year, sometimes two. This year we saw the finals rematch, the two-time finals rematch of Golden State against defending NBA champs Cleveland Cavaliers. And boy, you would think after last year's last three finals games, Golden State, they kind of entered left with a bad taste in their mouth. That was their series to win. They were up 3-1. Cleveland looked like toast, but we know history. Cleveland came back. They made adjustments and they capitalized on every Golden State mistake, every miss for the remaining game, for the remaining finals. And we know the history. Cleveland came back and won the last year's finals in seven to become the NBA champs. LeBron solidifying himself yet further into the NBA lore. So, you would have thought, say, Golden State would have wanted this game, it being on the road, maybe have a little extra. I mean, it's not an end all. You're losing this game. It's a statement game. I mean, it was close all the way, but again, we saw similar repeats mistakes from the Warriors that we saw in the finals last year. They can't put the Cavaliers away when they need to. They can't make stops when they need to, and then they fumble the ball, turnovers or misses, and they sort of choke at the end. And is Cleveland the best team in the NBA right now? Yeah, right now they are. It's Golden State. Yes, they are the most talented, but no, Cleveland right now. LeBron is the best player, hands down. He is playing like the best player in the league, and Cleveland is playing like the best team in the league. They are the defending champions, and until someone beats them, they will not be. And Golden State, they have the fancy record. They have the all-star starting lineup, but it doesn't mean anything, and they know this too. They could win 70 games again, but until they get to they have to get to the finals again, and they have to win. Be it Cleveland or anybody else from the East, they have to win the championship. But today, it was a tight game as you would expect. 103, 103. LeBron, late in the fourth quarter, with a minute and 32 seconds left, with the drive, the dunk. Uh, Golden State came back. Klay Thompson dished to Draymond Green, cutting Draymond Green backdoor pass. He scores with the dunk, 105, and then Curry off a Durant pass nails a three. And if you go back and look at the highlights, Curry looks like he's so confident. I mean, he has reason to be confident, but you can't be. This is why Golden State better wake up, because on so many given nights they are head and shoulders above any team they're playing on most nights. But when you face a team of equal caliber like the Cavaliers, you got to play intense until that buzzer sounds. So they went up 108, 105, and then this is where they again on a Cleveland miss, a Richard Jefferson 3-point miss. Kevin Looney, is that his name? He's a forward. He grabbed the rebound and he attempted to make an outlet pass down court to Kevin Durant. The pass is a little bit behind Durant, and he fumbled it. And Kyrie Irving stole the ball. He comes back and he drove through every available Warrior for an easy bucket. I mean, they got to make a stop, and it was 108, 107, and then on the following possession, Green to Clay in the corner. Clay hit the three, but the refs waved it off as there was an apparent 24-second shot clock. So that's two mistakes. That right there, they could have won the game. That's where they lost the game. You could. It doesn't matter from there on. They lost the game right there. And then on the next possession, Kyrie Irving, he's another one, just like the finals last year. He really comes to play against the Warriors. He posted up Klay Thompson and hit a turn away, fade away, bang. Uh, Cleveland was up 109, 108 with 3.4 seconds. And then you had another sloppy possession. They inbounded the ball to KD. Richard Jefferson was guarding him. It looked like maybe Richard Jefferson might have slightly pushed him. KD was like he felt like he was on roller skates. He fell down. He threw up a desperate shot that hit the backboard from his back, and it was over. Once again, very very telling. Golden State choked. They lost this game, and Cleveland won it. They were more poised, and you notice from the beginning of this of my report of the late fourth quarter after LeBron's dunk, we didn't really hear you. You didn't hear me mention him. It's not him doing all the work. That's scary in a way. It's Kyrie Irving. He's just like last year. He taking over down at the last couple of minutes of the fourth quarter, and he just murders the Warriors. But right now, yeah, regardless of records, Cleveland leads the East at 23-6. Golden State leads the West at 27-5. Regardless of records, the regular season doesn't mean anything. Both teams were probably expected to clinch the number one seed in their respective conferences, and unless disaster strikes for these teams in the playoffs, you got to expect that it's going to be another Cavs Warriors rematch for the third straight year in the finals. I really don't know anybody in the East who could upset the Cavaliers. In the West, the Spurs have a fighting chance. Maybe LA if they're healthy, and they're not healthy right now. We'll get to them. And the next game was the famous another tradition at Madison Square Garden Christmas game day. This Boston Celtics Knicks. The Knicks they've been playing better of late, but as I've said previously, the Celtics are dark horse in the East this year. They are the upstarts, and look out for them. And they got Al Horford back today, and again, they came out, and the Knicks. You would think it's Christmas on their home court. They should come out firing. No, they were down 56-48 at the half. A terrible second quarter where they were outscored by 14. And you whether at home on the road, in the NBA playing catch up, it's going to tire you out. And they did come back. They late in the game they made a furious attempt with Carmelo, Porzingis, and Rose each contributing, but again they can't. As I've stated, they can't. The Knicks' problem is they can't make stops when it counts, when they need it most. Al Horford he spotted up the three, faked it, and drove down the lane and dunked and Porzingis' face. No help. Isaiah Thomas, same thing. He drove, went one-on-one with I think it was Kyle O'Quinn. No help, one-on-one. Where's the help? They aggravate me. The Knicks. Either they don't play discipline and get off their man, or they don't give any help. And if you're a Knicks fan, yeah, they might make the playoffs, but what are they going to do? They'll be unless they land the number 6 or number 5 seed. Anything lower than that, they're going home in the first round. They can't play defense. Yeah, they got a nice offense lineup when healthy, when everybody's clicking. But in the NBA, I just mentioned in the Warriors Cavaliers game, got to make stops. It's imperative. And moving along, another team, they had the Bulls versus Spurs. Spurs are always perennial contenders in the West, and they're strong again this year. As I said, they're in the number two seed, 25-6, a game and a half behind the Warriors. They're always strong. The Bulls, surprisingly, with all their acquisitions of Rondo and Dwayne Wade, they're not really playing up to. They're not. Their record doesn't indicate how good they are. Right now, they're in the ninth seed in the East at 14-6. Compared, like I said, to the Knicks, who made all those acquisitions, and they acquired the ex Bulls of Derrick Rose and Joakim Noah. They're playing at 16-14, which is that slightly better record. So the Bulls need to step up, even if they squeak in and get an eight seed. That means they're going to play Cleveland in the first round, and they'll be lucky. They'll be lucky to win one game. But anyway, Spurs and Bulls, it wasn't really close. And it was a blowout game. The Spurs had it all the way. Uh, Aldridge had 38-9. Uh, Leonard had 25 and 10 for the 25 points, 10 rebounds for the Spurs, just dominating. Uh, Bulls had really just scattered offense outside of Butler, who had 19 points. Wade had 24 points. It was. It's not about points. All get points. It's about getting stops in the NBA. And moving along, the other game was OKC against Minnesota. OKC is well, we lost to Kevin Durant and the offseason to Golden State. And the story wise in the NBA this year, player wise, is Russell Westbrook. He's averaging a triple double this late in the season. It hasn't been done in a while. And can he? That's a question. Can he finish the season averaging a triple double? It'll be real tough. It'll be real tough. It's very hard. It's difficult, and that's why that hasn't been done since Oscar Robertson did it back in the 50s, late 50s, early 60s, before they even started keeping statistics in the NBA. But he finished today with another strong, monstrous game. He had 31 points, 15 assists, 7 rebounds. He is carrying the OKC on his shoulders, but that's not going to do good in the playoffs. One man show that never wins playoff games, never advances his team in the playoffs. Very rare. Maybe they should really think OKC whether they're contenders or pretenders and get Westbrook some help because he needs it. That's another thing. Can he keep up this pace? I mean, it's only 31 games so far. The NBA, he's got about 50 more games to go. It's a grueling schedule. The NBA is he might run out of fuel in the second half or late in the season. But anyway, moving on to the last game was the Clippers versus the Lakers. Clippers came in banged up. They came into they both share the same arena, the Staples Center. LA was very hungry for this game. The Lakers were very hungry for this game. They're the young team. Nick Young made the shots. He had 19 points. Russell had 14, made some clutch shots, and their big acquisition, Mozgov, the center, Timofey Mozgov. He keeps playing well. He's a nice player. He's always has been. He'll get you 12, 15 points, maybe 5, 6 rebounds on any given night. But yeah, the Clippers are banged up right now. They got off to a very good start, which they needed. They needed a strong start, but now Blake Griffin will be out for a few weeks due to knee surgery. Chris Paul, he was questionable today for game time, but he has a hamstring strain, so he'll be day to day. He'll probably miss some more games. They're third, I believe, the Clippers in the West. No, actually, they dropped down to four. They're half a game behind the Rockets, 22-10. So yeah, now the Clippers they have to stay afloat and try not to sink too much without Blake Griffin and Chris Paul being injured. But today was the NBA's Christmas Day schedule. They always have the marquee matchup, and if we learned anything today from Golden State and Cleveland, It's that Cleveland is still, they are the champions, and they are still the best team in the NBA. They did it so far that if you could go back counting to the finals last year, that's four straight. They beat Golden State four times. Think about that. Golden State, how many losses has Golden State suffered in the last two seasons? And Cleveland's beaten them four times. You think they have their number? You think they might have figured them out? Yes, but that's the NBA. Now it's to wrap it up. It's Steve Kerr's job, the Warriors coach, to figure it out, and they have to make the next time they play the Cavaliers, Steve Kerr has to figure out some adjustments to make. And the Warriors, from the number one man to the 12th man, they have to play until the buzzer sounds. They have to play hard at every possession, and they can't turn over the ball and be sloppy with the ball. Golden State, they're that 3 pointer is a double edged sword. They're over reliant on it, and when it doesn't fall, especially against a team of the caliber of the Cavaliers, and it's a close game late, it's like they don't know what they're doing. They start running around and fumbling, and it's almost like they're kryptonite for them. But anyway, that's going to wrap up this NBA update on December 26th, the day after Christmas. If you're watching, thank you. If you like, subscribe, check out my channel, and I'll be making more videos soon. Bye bye.